Archie was denied prince title and security, because of palace no ethnic faces in executive places policy 2. Archie Harrison and Lily Diana should be given prince and princess titles, because they are Prince Harry's children. Everything else is performative allyship. Ethnics as domestics is not inclusion. Most people in the hashtag Commonwealth look like Meghan Markle, and deserve representation at the top by Archie and Lily. If ethnic people who make up 70% of the population, cannot occupy the highest level of the British royal family as HRHs, then what is the point of the Commonwealth? Ethnic people working as servants is not inclusion. British royals were so concerned about Archie's skin colour, that they wanted to change the law, so he wouldn't be a prince. When Harry said this, everyone in Britain called him a liar, and yet here we are. This is according to Prince Harry. People of colour are only accepted as domestic servants upholding colonizer views, and never as equals or family. Right now, Charles does not pay for Archie's security, so, what does the title have to do with the expense? The British royal family has a net worth of $88 billion according to Forbes, yet, they refuse to fund the security of mixed-race royals. You see, it's not about the expense, it's about the no ethnic people in executive places palace policy. Prince Charles does not want to acknowledge Archie and Lily, because they are mixed race. Number 1. Mixed race Archie was not given prince title. Exceptions were made for white grandkids Charlotte and Louis. Louis and Charlotte were not entitled to the prince and princess title at their birth. No exception was made for Archie and Lily Diana because of their race. The monarch is the head of the Commonwealth with a colonial legacy. Royal family wealth was built on African and Asian labor, slavery, and colonialism. People of color make up 70% of the Commonwealth. The Queen believes black and brown people are only acceptable as domestic servants. She does not view Archie or Lily as family, and has never defended them publicly. French newspapers depicted the Queen with her knee on Meghan's neck. Number 2. Archie, highest-ranking mixed-race royal, was denied security and protection. Absolutely no diversity or inclusion in the palace. Archie's location in Canada was leaked to the tabloids. Given the threats from Nazis, how does the palace explain this? Why was his security not a priority, given that the threats had not gone down? The Sovereign Grant report shows that Prince Charles paid for the Duke and Duchess of Sussex until the end of the fiscal quarter. The Duke and Duchess performed their last engagement in March at the Commonwealth Service. At that point, they were still tax-funded members of the royal family. After that fiscal quarter, Prince Charles did not pay for their expenses. The first quarter in the UK's fiscal year starts in April to June. The royal household and the sovereign comply with the provisions of the Equality Act in print, but not in practice. This is reflected in the silence, when Archie was labelled a monkey by a BBC reporter. Piers Morgan even bragged that he had proof of palace approval for his work, harassing pregnant Duchess Meghan. Number 3. The press said, racism came from within the palace. The carnival of experts in the British tabloids have long maintained that the vitriol and racism levelled at mixed-race Duchess Meghan and her mixed-race son Archie came from the British royal family.
Much of the negativity towards the couple is coming from within the royal family. The royal family and staff of the royal family are the ones that are very often leaking these stories to the press.
Number 4. Racism against ethnic workers. Buckingham Palace has published figures on its levels of ethnic minority staff for the first time. As it admitted, it must do more diversity. Ethnic minority employees stands at just 8.5% with 10% target for 2022. This comes amid racism allegations. Ethnic people working as domestics is not an inclusion. Prince Charles' personal secretary quit after being called the N-word regularly. Number 5. Kate and William have painting with word Negro in their living room. They hid the nameplate when they met the Obamas. The figure that the palace should publish, when they published the headcount percentage of non-white staff, is the percentage of salary spend that goes to non-white staff. It is these two figures taken together that provide a more revealing picture. Royals love smiling and taking pictures with brown and black people, still using them as props, yet do not carry over any sentiment to have them work in the top positions within their royal household. Number 6. The palace remained silent when their grandson, nephew, was called a monkey, showing that they are very much a racist family. If William claims to fight against racism in football, why didn't he fight racism in the media for his own nephew? Number 7. The invisible contract is driving racism toward Meghan, Harry, and Archie. There is a symbiotic relationship, the invisible contract, between the press and the royal family. Prince William's reached out to them, to provide negative coverage of pregnant Meghan, showing total disregard for the mixed-race Archie and Meghan. Number 8. Prince Harry begged the royal family to call the dogs off and dismiss tabloid lies about Meghan. They chose not to do so, even when she was pregnant. Number 9. The Queen allowed palace aides to use derogatory names hostage for Harry and Meghan for Meghan. Yes, the head of the Church of England had little regard for human life. 70% of the Commonwealth looks like Meghan and Archie. Number 10. William and Kate's uncle supports structural racism. He used F-word against the Sussexes when they advocated for the end of structural racism. The Queen's courtiers banned coloured immigrants or foreigners from serving in clerical roles in the royal household, until at least the late 1960s. They are exempt for being sued for discrimination. Documents housed in the National Archives contain information, which reignited the debate over the British royal family, and race in the Commonwealth. Number 11. The wealth of Britain was built on the back of colonies. Museums are filled with colonial art and diamonds. After all, the British royal family has a net worth of $88 billion, according to Forbes. Ethnic people are common and the Windsors have all the wealth. The documents also shed light on how Buckingham Palace negotiated controversial clauses that remain in place to this day, exempting the Queen and her household from laws that prevent race and sex discrimination. The Queen awards a Commonwealth Medal Order of St. Michael and St. George, which depicts a race identity of a white angel and black devil. The white angel is standing on the neck of a black person depicted as the devil. Number 12. William exhibits belief in white supremacy. His own father, Prince Charles, refused to be carried like a colonizer when he visited Tuvalu. William was very comfortable taking the colonizer position. This is the 21st century, William must apologize for this colonizer's behavior. Number 13. Tackling racism takes courage, grit, and guts. British royals have chosen to live on their knees at the mercy of racist tabloids. Archie, the Queen's great-grandson, has been deprived of a title and security because of his brown face. This ensures that there is no black or brown face in the royal family. Number 14. Representation does not matter to Queen Elizabeth, or Prince Charles, or William. They view ethnic minorities as the only fit for domestic positions in the royal household. What other sign does the Commonwealth need to realise that the Queen believes in ethnic labour and Windsor white wealth? People of colour make up 70% of the Commonwealth, and they need to hear Archie's brown face is welcome in the royal family, not as a servant but as a prince. If you liked this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Also, if you have not already subscribed to the Duchess of Impact channel, subscribe to it, and don't forget to hit that bell icon, so you never miss any updates. Consider supporting our work with a channel membership by clicking join.